Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has warned bandits and criminal elements in the country to turn a new leaf or face the consequences. General Musa gave the warning during his visit to the Governor of Kaduna State over the recent Kuriga school abduction, including several other kidnap incidents in the state. My colleague, News Central's correspondent, Marvelous Obomanu, reports.
Ever since the abduction of school children in LEA Primary School, Kuriga, located in the Chikum local government area of Kaduna, high-profile Nigerians have been visiting the state to commiserate with the people and government. The leadership of the House of Representatives had earlier visited the government house in Kaduna, and this time it is Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa. While commiserating with the Kaduna state government and the Kuriga community, he assured that the military will rescue the children from captivity unhurt.
We are taking more action to ensure that we safeguard, we bring them out as quickly as possible. These are children, the leaders of tomorrow. We will not allow them grow with this trauma. Let them not feel that they've been neglected. But you, the parents, we know you have been spending sleepless nights. We equally are doing the same. We are with you in this, and will continue to be with this. And Your Excellency, want to assure you that we will put in everything possible. We are making some adjustments to ensure that Kaduna is secured, the Northwest is secured, Nigeria is secured.
We know what it means for a child to be abducted from school. But we will continue to try to partner with the armed forces or the relevant security agencies to ensure the safe return of our children back home by the grace of God.
The military chief gave a stern warning to those behind the heinous act to give up in their own interests or face the corresponding consequences.
Everybody is tired of what's going on, and for those individuals that have sworn that there will be no peace, they will have no peace. We will ensure that we follow them up wherever they are, and those ones that are sponsoring them and encouraging them to do the same, for their own good, they should stop. The state cannot be put under control to anybody. The state is under the state government, and we will ensure that anybody who stands in the way of getting peace in the state and in Nigeria is brought to book. We will take our time to follow up through the normal process. There will not be any infringement on people's rights, but we will do what is required.
With this statement by the military, it is expected that families of those abducted will heave a sigh of relief, hoping that they will soon be reunited with their loved ones. In Kaduna for News Central, Marvelous Obomanu.
Marvelous joins me now from Kaduna for updates. Thank you very much, Marvelous, for joining us. Let's begin by getting a sense of the prevailing sentiment at the moment in the environment. What are you getting a sense that these people are reassured, maybe after this visit?
Well, Felicity, these are very strong words coming from the Chief of Defense Staff, and of course, you know, it is expected as being the number one person in the helm of our affairs, especially even when President Tinubu has given them marching orders to go out and fetch these, bandits, smoke them out from their enclave. So we expected such bold and strong words. But for us who have been on the field, who have visited the community, I mean, residents could take these strong words with a pinch of salt, and I'll tell you why. From Kaduna town to Kuriga local government is about a 2 hours drive. And then during our journey, I specifically counted about 19 police security checkpoints. And these security checkpoints, 16 of them were military and 3 were police. Then the last community we saw security presence was where they call Odawa community. And that was about 45 kilometers away from that Kuriga local government. That was where we saw any sign of security. So from that Odawa community to Kuriga, we didn't see any sign of security, both police, both the military, or even the locals working with them. So that is to tell, in fact, when we got to that community, when we highlighted, some of the residents around the school all fled. That is to show you the level of palpability of fear within the air in that community. Immediately we got down, all of them all ran away. They didn't know who we are, so they all ran. We had to call them and introduce who we are. The fact that it took time before they even opened up. So when we discussed with them, they told us that these attacks have been fresh. It's fresh. But despite that, they've not seen any security presence within and outside the community, at least to reassure them that, yes, the government is willing to make sure that these children are being released. You can imagine that even after the attack, last week Thursday, on Sunday, these bandits also came back to that community and kidnapped 2 persons and injured 1 other. And even after that Sunday, on Monday, they said they also cited some of these bandits within that community. And as I'm telling you, people are leaving that community. They are moving out in droves. 3 villages before we go to that community are all deserted. They are empty.
Were you able, Marvelous,
since this...
I know you've seen quite a bit in your journey so far, but were you able, during the visits of these dignitaries, to put some of these questions to them, asking why some areas seem to have better security than others?
Of course, government is government, and sometimes security will tell you that they will not reveal all the things they are doing so that even the non-state actors might not take proactive measures. Because when I raised that issue, they said, yes, they are doing something about it, and they will not reveal everything they are doing. Probably some people are around that area disguised, just probably part of the security strategy. We don't know. But what I'm telling you is that residents are not feeling that they are secured in that community anymore. Even after the attack, they've kidnapped 2 more persons. They've been sighting bandits around that area, and they have not seen any security presence. When we got about an hour to get into that community, we didn't have any telecommunication network. That is to tell you that even when something happens again, they can't even make a call to call somebody to come and rescue them. So they are saying since that other incident, they've not been able to sleep.
If there is so much unease, I'm getting a sense that the unease is quite palpable. So what was the environment like business-wise? Did you see people maybe going about doing business? Have you been able to talk to them to get a sense of how this is impacting the economic activities there?
Yes, Felicity, when we got to that community, it was very scanty. We just saw few people, and the few people we saw said they will not run away from their ancestral home because of the banditry activity in that community. But they said that ever since this issue happened, they've not been able to go out, go to farm. Some of them who have shop around have not even opened some of their shops. I know it's a local community, and it's mostly inhabited by low-income earners. Some people who just do farm, sell small petty things. So they said they've not been able to even go around their business activity because of fear. Because since they've been going out, they've been sighting some of these bandits around, in some of the boot patch. So they said they can't even go out.
Okay.
You understand? And now, even when we spoke with few residents around, they said that government has said they will not negotiate with the bandits, and these bandits has given 20 days ultimatum for them to raise 1 billion naira. And then with the biting economy, with the low-income earners in that community, how will they even raise 20 billion? And of course, some of us who are parents, you should understand what it means that for a day you've not even seen your child.
It's quite unfortunate.
Not even know if they are alive or not.
One would have expected that such a visit would be more reassuring than it is turning out to be. But we thank you very much for the work that you're doing there in Kaduna. And please be safe. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.